Despicable Me is an American computer-animated media franchise centering on Gru, a reformed supervillain, who later becomes a father, husband, and secret agent, and his yellow-colored minions. It is produced by Illumination and distributed by its parent company Universal Pictures. The franchise began with the 2010 film of the same name, which is followed by two sequels. Despicable Me 2, 2013, and Despicable Me 3, 2017, and two spin-off prequels, Minions, 2015, and the upcoming Minions: The Rise of Gru, 2022. The franchise also includes many short films, a television special, several video games, and a theme park attraction. The franchise is the highest-grossing animated film franchise and the 15th highest-grossing film franchise of all time, having grossed over $3.7 billion at the global box office. Despicable Me, 2010, edit, main article, Despicable Me, film, Felonious Gru, a supervillain who adopts three girls, Margot, Edith, and Agnes, from an orphanage to try and steal a shrink ray from his rival Vector, otherwise known as Victor, to shrink and steal the moon. Despicable Me 2, 2013, edit, main article. Despicable Me 2 Lucy Wilde recruits Gru to the Anti-Villain League, AVL, to try defeating El Macho, a supervillain who reportedly died by riding a shark into an active volcano with 250 pounds of dynamite strapped to his chest and whose body was never found, and his evil minions, whom he transformed into rabid and indestructible monsters using the stolen PX-41 serum. Despicable Me 3, 2017, edit, main article. Despicable Me 3 Gru teams up with his long-lost twin brother Drew in order to defeat a new enemy named Balthazar Bratt, a former child actor, obsessed with the 1980s, who grows up to become a villain after having his show cancelled following adolescence. Despicable Me 4, edit, Illumination's CEO Chris Meledandri revealed in an interview in September 2017 that a fourth Despicable Me film is in development. 2. Spin-off series. Minions, 2015, edit, logo of the first Minions film main article, Minions, film, Kevin, Stuart, and Bob lead to find a new master, until finding a female supervillain named Scarlet Overkill, and her husband named Herb, who try to kill them. Minions, The Rise of Gru, 2022, edit, main article, Minions. The Rise of Gru 12-year-old Felonious Gru tries to become evil enough to join the supervillain group The Vicious Six. With the help of his minions, he must stop the Vicious Six after he stole a precious object. Short films. A total of 14 short films have been released in the franchise. 3 short films based on Despicable Me, 2010, were released in December 2010 on the film's DVD and Blu-ray. 3, 4. The Despicable Me 2 DVD and Blu-ray, released in December 2013, included another 3 short films. 5. 3 short films were released in 2015 on the Blu-ray and DVD of Minions. 6, 7. While 1 short film was released in the Blu-ray and DVD of Despicable Me 3. 2017. 8. A short film titled Moa Minions was released in 2016 with The Secret Life of Pets, being the first short Minions film released theatrically. 9. A second theatrical short film was released in 2018 with The Grinch 2018. While another one was released in The Grinch's DVD and Blu-ray. 10. Home Makeover, 2010, edit, released in Despicable Me, 2010, DVD and Blu-ray. 3, 4. After the events of Despicable Me. Two minions help Margot, Edith, and Agnes renovate Gru's house, so the inspector does not take the girls back to Miss Hattie's home for girls. Orientation Day, 2010. Released in Despicable Me, 2010, DVD and Blu-ray. 3, 4. Three new minions go for bomb-carrying duty. Which was harder than they thought when they suddenly have an argument with two others carrying a giant bomb. Banana, 2010, edit, released in Despicable Me DVD and Blu-ray. 3, 4. Three minions fight over a banana. In the process, they wreak havoc in the minions' workplace. Puppy, 2013, edit, released in Despicable Me 2 DVD and Blu-ray. 5. A minion watches neighbors walking their dogs on the street, which leads him to search for a puppy of his own. After several failed attempts, he comes across a UFO that takes the role of a puppy for him. After many happy moments, the UFO along with its master is expelled for the mess the UFO has made in Gru's home. After the minion finds out that his pet is homesick, he sends an email to the UFO's home planet and allows it to return home. Panic in the Mailroom, 2013, edit, released in Despicable Me 2 DVD and Blu-ray. 5. Two minions, Ken and Mike, are working in a package room to send parcels through different parts of the lab. While Ken is busy playing a handheld video game, when a package containing expired PX-41, the serum that El Macho used to transform the minions and himself in Despicable Me 2, gets jammed in the pneumatic delivery system, it transforms Mike into an evil minion, but he keeps shifting back and forth between being transformed and back to his normal self. Much to Ken's amusement. At the end, Mike spits out the PX-41 and it lands on some kittens, turning them evil. Training Wheels, 2013, edit, released in Despicable Me 2 DVD and Blu-ray. 5. Agnes is unsatisfied with her toy bike after collapsing off it while attempting to catch up to an ice cream truck with Margot, Edith, and their friends. Three minions then volunteer to modify the bike and help Agnes improve her skills. Binky Nelson Unpacified, 2015. Released in Minions DVD and Blu-ray. 6, 7. After a successful robbery at a museum, the Nelsons tell their youngest son Binky, having lost his pacifier in the theft, that now he is a big boy and has to leave his pacifier. Binky at night sneaks into the museum and finds his pacifier. Just as he takes it, the guard comes and finds all the museum artifacts missing and finds Binky and tells him to return all the property, but instead he causes a statue to fall over the guard and takes his pacifier. In the end, the Nelson parents return to see Binky at night in his room and find him sleeping calmly. As they leave the room, Binky takes out the pacifier and the guard's hat and wears it. Competition, 2015, edit, released in Minions DVD and Blu-ray. 6, 7. Under the same street the Minions hitchhiked in Minions. Two Minions challenge themselves to numerous attacks, ending up on the lab's conveyor belt in the process. Crow Minion, 2015, edit, released in Minions DVD and Blu-ray. 6, 7. Two minions look after a cave baby while their caveman boss goes to find a bull to eat for lunch. But it is harder than the minions think. Released in Minions DVD and Blu-ray. 6, 7. After a successful robbery at a museum, the Nelsons tell their youngest son Binky, having lost his pacifier. Moa Minions, 2016. Edit. Released theatrically with The Secret Life of Pets, 2016. 9. In this short, 5 minions mow a lawn at the local old people's home to try and earn allowances to buy a blender they have seen on a TV commercial. However, all their work results were chaotic, and 4 of them were in terrible states after the chaos, such as one minion having his head stuck in a beehive, another minion blackened and naked after an explosion when he turns on the grill, another being inflated like a balloon in the hazmat, and another minion ends up nauseous with his face turning green. But as it turns out, the old people were very entertained. For this the minions get 2,000 pennies and are able to purchase the blender. However, they then see a commercial of an improved version of the blender and then go to earn more money to buy that one. The Secret Life of Kyle, 2017. Edit. Released in Despicable Me 3 DVD and Blu-ray. 8. After the events of Despicable Me 3, we follow Kyle and his secret life when Gru and his family are gone. This short was directed by Bruno Schofield and Glenn McCoy. Yellow is the New Black, 2018. Edit. Released theatrically with The Grinch, 2018. 10. Before they all make their big escape from prison in Despicable Me 3. A couple of lucky minions get a taste of freedom as they break free with the help of one of their fellow human inmates. Santa's Little Helpers, 2019. Edit. Released in The Grinch DVD and Blu-ray. 10. Kevin, Stuart, and Bob, having been accidentally dropped off at the North Pole, make the most of the situation by trying to become elves. Minion Scouts, 2019. Edit. Released in The Secret Life of Pets 2, 2019, DVD and Blu-ray. 11. After being dazzled by the girls, a group of minions become scouts in an attempt to earn badges. Television Special. Edit. Minions Holiday Special, 2020. Edit. A half-hour compilation of Minions mini-movies, containing Santa's Little Helpers, Training Wheels, Puppy, and Minion Scouts. Additionally, the special includes holiday-themed interstitials featuring characters from Illumination's The Secret Life of Pets and Sing franchises. The special aired on NBC on November 27, 2020. 12. Miranda Cosgrove, who previously voices Margot in the films, provides narration between the short segments. Video games. Edit. Despicable Me, the game. Edit. The video game. Titled Despicable Me, the game, was released for the PlayStation 2, PlayStation Portable, and Wii. 13. A Nintendo DS version was released under the name Despicable Me. The game, Minion Mayhem. 14. Namco also released a version for the iPhone and iPad platform entitled Despicable Me, Minion Mania, developed by Anino Games. 15. Despicable Me. Minion Rush. Edit. The action video game, titled Despicable Me, Minion Rush, was released on June 13, 2013. The game, developed by Gameloft, was adapted for iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Phone devices. 16. Played as one of the minions, it allows customization of the character, who must perform various tasks, including defeating Vector and a new villain created for the game, to earn the title of Minion of the Year. 16. 17. The game was downloaded more than 100 million times in the first 3 months after its release. 18. And won a British Academy Children's Award in the category BAFTA's Kids Vote. 19. Minions Paradise. Main article: Minions Paradise. The free-to-play mobile game developed by Electronic Arts, otherwise known as EA, titled Minions Paradise, was released in summer 2015. Playing as Phil. Players will help minions design and build their own utopia set in a tropical environment. 20 books. Edit. In May 2010, 3 books related to Despicable Me have been published, as well as the children's puppet book featured in the film. The first, My Dad the Supervillain, ISBN 0-316-08382-8, was rated as a preschool book. 21. The second, Despicable Me, the junior novel, ISBN 0-316-08380-1, was rated as being a junior reader for ages 8 to 12. 22. The third, Despicable Me, the World's Greatest Villain, ISBN 0-316-08377-1, was rated for ages 3 to 6 years. 23. The puppet book Sleepy Kittens, ISBN 0-316-08381-X, was written by Cinco Paul and Ken Dorio and illustrated by Eric Gillen. 24. 6 books have been released for Despicable Me 2. Despicable Me 2, the junior novel. 25. The Anti-Villain League Handbook. 26. Undercover Super Spies. 27. Attack of the Evil Minions. 28. Make a Minion. 29. And Meet the Minions. 30. Theme Park Attraction. Edit. Main article: Despicable Me Minion Mayhem. Despicable Me Minion Mayhem is a simulator ride that opened on July 2, 2012 at Universal Studios Florida and on April 12, 2014 at Universal Studios Hollywood. Starring Steve Carell as Gru, Miranda Cosgrove as Margot, Dana Geyer as Edith, Elsie Fisher as Agnes, and Pierre Coffin as the Minions. A similar attraction, featuring a Japanese voice cast, opened on April 21, 2017 at Universal Studios Japan. Characters. Main characters. Edit. Felonious Gru, 31, or Felonious Gru, 32, voiced by Steve Carell. The grouchy but usually smart protagonist in the Despicable Me series who speaks with a non-specific East European accent. He is the son of Marlena, the twin brother of Drew. The adoptive father of Margot, Edith, and Agnes, husband of Lucy, and the boss of the Minions. At the beginning of the first film, Gru is an ambitious supervillain, and seeks approval from his mother, until the adoption of the trio convinces him that their happiness is important. In the second film, Gru leaves his villainous past behind to care for the girls, but then soon joins forces, unwillingly, with secret agent Lucy Wilde, whom he later marries. In the third film, after he and Lucy are fired from their jobs at the Anti-Villain League, Gru learns that he has a twin brother, Drew. Along with Lucy and the girls, Gru meets Drew at his mansion in Fredonia, and they form a brotherly relationship over the course of the film. Felonious Gru was originally conceived as a Dracula-like character, but directors Chris Renaud and Pierre Coffin later opted for a villain who would echo the world of James Bond. Thinking of characters like Goldfinger and obviously the Bondian world of technology. 33. Gru also bears some similarities with British comic book character Grimly Fiendish, and with the pre-crisis version of Lex Luthor. 34. Minions, voiced by Pierre Coffin in all films and the theme park attraction, Chris Renaud in the first 2 films, except spin-offs and attractions, James Arnold Taylor in the 2010 video game, and Jermaine Clement as Jerry the Minion in the first film, Gru's small, yellow, comical henchmen who have 1 or 2 eyes. The minions speak a language that Coffin created by mixing gibberish with words from many languages, including French, English, Spanish, and Italian. 35, 36, although seemingly nonsensical. The English-sounding words are dubbed for every country, in order to make them recognizable. 37. It is shown in Minions that they have existed since the beginning of life on Earth, and desire above all else to serve the most terrible of villains. 38. In the short film, Banana, the Minions are revealed to have an uncontrollable craving for fruits, especially bananas. Mentioned in the films and other media are Stuart, Kevin, Bob, Mel, Otto, Ken, Mike, Dave, Jerry, Carl, Tom, 39, Phil, 40, Tim, 40, Mark, Jorge, 41, and Norbert. The girls, three sisters, whom Gru adopts to further his scheme in the first film and gradually comes to love. Margot, voiced by Miranda Cosgrove, the mature oldest sister. In the first film. Among the trio, Margot was the most suspicious of Gru initially, but came to trust him at the end of the film. She is something of a protectress to her sisters. Edith, voiced by Dana Geyer, the tomboyish middle sister, the first to enjoy Gru's eclectic possessions when adopted by him. Practices martial arts in the second film. Agnes, voiced by Elsie Fisher in the first two films. Neve Sharrell in the third film. The happy-go-lucky youngest sister, and the quickest to trust Gru in the first film. She is presented as an innocent, against her more worldly sisters, and has a strong love for unicorns. In the third film, she adopts a one-horned goat whom she names Lucky after mistaking him for a unicorn. Even after learning he was a goat, Agnes continues to love Lucky. Lucy Wilde, voiced by Kristen Wiig, a cunning secret agent who has teamed up with Gru to hunt down an extremely dangerous supervillain. She loves one-upping Gru with her quirky gadgets and has perfected her own form of martial arts by combining jiu-jitsu, Krav Maga, Aztec warfare, and crumping. After 147 dates, she marries Gru and becomes the girl's mother. Dr. Nefario, voiced by Russell Brand, J.B. Blanc in the video game, Gru's hearing-impaired inventor and partner in crime who speaks with a British accent. He seems to have a romantic interest in Gru's mother, Marlena. He had planned to join Gru, Lucy and the girls to meet Drew in the third film, but absent from the film having accidentally frozen himself in carbonite, similar to that of Han Solo from Star Wars. Drew, voiced by Steve Carell, Gru's charming, happy-go-lucky long-lost twin brother, who is also in the supervillain business. Drew looks just like his brother, only he has blonde hair and wears white attire. He is Lucy's brother-in-law and the adoptive uncle of Margot, Edith, and Agnes. Marlena, voiced by Julie Andrews, Gru and Drew's mother. Her neglect of Gru's ambitions is identified among the main reasons why he became a supervillain. In the denouement of the first film, she admits to him that he is a better parent than her. Marlena later makes a silent cameo appearance in the second film at Gru and Lucy's wedding. In the third film, Marlena reveals to Gru that after she and Gru and Drew's father divorced, they promised to never see each other again and they each got to take one son with them, with Marlena saying that she got second pick. Fritz, voiced by Steve Coogan, Drew's courteous, well-mannered butler who speaks with a British accent. He takes Gru, Lucy, and the girls to meet Drew at his mansion in Fredonia. Silas Ramsbottom, voiced by Steve Coogan, director of the Anti-Villain League in the second film. The Minions, and Gru, make fun of his surname. In the third film, he retires from the AVL and is replaced by Valerie Da Vinci as the new director of the AVL. Valerie Da Vinci, voiced by Jenny Slate, a ruthless member of the Anti-Villain League who replaces Silas Ramsbottom as director in the third film. She fires Gru and Lucy due to them failing to capture Balthazar Bratt. Antagonists: Edit, Victor, Vector, Perkins, voiced by Jason Segel, Jason Harris in the video game. The villain in the first film, Gru's rival, and the son of Mr. Perkins. The president of the Bank of Evil that supplies loans to villains in their schemes, formerly including Gru. Mr. Perkins, voiced by Will Arnett. Vector's father and enormous and equally strong president of the Bank of Evil, responsible for giving out loans to villains in their schemes. Miss Hattie, voiced by Kristen Wiig. The charismatic but cruel owner of the orphanage from which Gru adopts his daughters. She sends Margot, Edith, and Agnes out to sell cookies and makes them sleep in cardboard boxes if they fail to meet their quota. Eduardo, El Macho, Perez, voiced by Benjamin Bratt. A Mexican-accented supervillain in the second film. As El Macho, he was believed to have died after strapping 250 pounds of dynamite on himself and riding a shark into an active volcano. However, it turns out that he actually faked his death, and he became the owner of a Mexican restaurant. He has a son named Antonio, with whom Margot is infatuated at first, until Antonio abandons her. It turns out that Eduardo was aware of Gru's life as a villain and plans to abduct most of Gru's minions and turn them into hairy, purple, savage, evil minions with a dangerous chemical compound he stole called PX-41 and send the mutated minions to major cities to take over the world. In the final battle, as Gru manages to restore the mutated minions to normal, Eduardo drinks the compound himself, turning into a big purple furry monster to fight Gru. He is defeated by Gru and Nefario. Balthazar Bratt, voiced by Trey Parker, a supervillain in the third film. A former 1980s child star. He adopts the identity of his supervillain character after the onset of puberty leads to the cancellation of his television series. He is obsessed with 1980s pop culture and uses a giant robot armed with a laser and inflatable bubblegum to exact revenge on Hollywood. Clive, voiced by Andy Nyman. A robot who acts as Balthazar Bratt's sidekick. Scarlet Overkill, voiced by Sandra Bullock, in Minions. She is the world's first female supervillain who is bent on world domination. Herb Overkill, voiced by John Hamm, Scarlett's husband and an inventor. The Vicious Six, a group of 6 supervillains who appear in Minions: The Rise of Gru. Cast and crew.